Hello and welcome back to the beta patch that will be released alongside War Sales eventually. This is now 1.3.1, and in the previous episode we also had 1.3.1. I just didn't see that it had been updated. Anyway, the updates basically only consist of tribute changes, and I gotta say I'm actually kind of happy about these ones because let me see if I can actually just bring those up real fast. Alright, so basically these have to do with the war and peace system, and obviously, as I said to you, about tributes. So when factions are trying to make, peace with you and so on and so forth, usually you're going to get a really bad deal, right? Well, I think if I'm understanding the patch notes correctly, I think this is an attempt to kind of fix that problem. Because you can see here, it has adjusted the tribute logic. A larger faction could still pay tribute if its war score is lower. Previously, tribute was forced to 0 in this case. That restriction is now removed. And wars between factions with fewer neighboring settlements are now less likely to continue. And they've added a new white peace condition that prevents the side with higher war progress from paying tributes. That is extremely important. That is probably the most important thing that we're going to be seeing in 1.3.1 for me personally, with the exception of obviously a bunch of other fixes and so on and so forth, because obviously fixing crashes and things like that, that's a very thankless job, but very important, of course. So yeah, that is extremely, extremely exciting, because that means that if we're actually murdering everyone in sight, that we're not going to have any problems in future actually, doing that, because it makes no sense, as I've said in the past, it makes no sense that a larger faction would have to make the tribute, would literally have to be like, oh yes, please, I have over 60,000 combat strength and I'm willing to give you 100,000 per day. That kind of thing. No, that just doesn't work. Anyway, I thought this situation was quite interesting, so I decided to start the episode here. We have a Southern Empire army that is attempting to take Razih, and obviously now the problem here is that they're probably going to be successful. I was kind of hoping that the Azarai would come along. As you can see, Tice here, he is waiting for allied parties. I have a feeling that they're probably going to be a bit too late, but the funny thing, I was waiting... Oh, wait! Look! They just about... Oh, I'm so sorry for them right now. I feel very sorry for them right now. It's actually really funny because I was actually waiting here for the Azarai to come along and defeat the Southern Empire, because they would easily be able to do that. That would have been an easy victory there for them. But you know what? Then they just decided, yeah, you know what? Nah, we're gonna just be like, 5 seconds too late. That does seem to be what they did just then, which is extremely painful for them, because now they've lost a town. That is very, very bad. And I mean, what else can they do? I mean, what they could have done was gone straight on in, and I mean, look at what's going on here. Look at this. The defense in this fief is absolutely minuscule. Look at my medicine skill, by the way. I'm just auto-resolving a couple of these fights because I want to get my medicine skill up as fast as possible. So as you can see here, best medicine, absolutely fantastic, 15% increased healing rate, while party morale is above 70. That is usually what I will always take, just because most of the time we're always above 70 morale. So yeah, very much looking forward to utilizing that. And we can also sell some things here. Actually, you know what, let me check and see if I can buy a new helmet. Yeah, that's not looking particularly good, is it? No, that's not looking particularly good. Oh yeah, someone actually mentioned that I should probably lower the difficulty modifier, the damage modifier, so that we can actually survive a battle for once. And actually, you know what? You're right. You're actually right about that. I should have done that a while ago, because, let's face it, getting a headshot is not very fun, and you're going to instantly be murdered, and that happens much more often than we'd like. Oh, we might have an opportunity here. Wait a minute. Here we go. We might have a really good opportunity, because as you can see, they have a load of wounded troops. The Azarai are going to go in there. They're going to get a load of wounded troops, and this is going to give us the opportunity to pounce upon them and ambush them, and then we will have a great time. Alright, so we're going to go into a field battle here. This is against another one of those minor faction mercenaries that's currently helping out the Aserai, which is absolutely fine, because let's face it, we want to make sure that we get some really nice experience here while we still have the opportunity to do so. Sometimes it's going to be extremely difficult for us to get experience just because the opponent has so many troops in their armies. And or they might just have, you know, extremely high tier troops or, you know, whatever. Now, I have lowered the damage modifier for myself. As you can see, I am taking much less damage. I probably would have died right now, right here. I would probably be dead at this point. So I've lowered it to the next lower, you know, setting, basically. Basically, I think it's like 50% or something like that. So, generally I don't normally like doing that, because I think it's funny when we get shot, but when it happens every time, yeah, not great, right? Not great. So I'm gonna just test it out. We'll just test it out, because it's been a while since I've played on something like this, so maybe it's gonna be cool. Maybe it's gonna actually be something really, really fun for us. I mean, you can see here, I would definitely be dead now. I would definitely be lying on the floor right now, because I have taken so many arrows. So it's actually pretty good. It feels good, actually. It feels pretty nice. Because now I don't have to be so, you know, so super worried and super careful about things. Where are my archers? Are they actually finally coming over here? Okay, they are actually coming over here. Nice, nice. That was a good hit. Look at that. 175 and two-handed. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, don't get shot now. Don't get shot. Oh, yeah, we just did. That's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh, there we go. Well, it took us a little bit of time. It took us a little bit of time to die, which is nice, because we actually did get some kills. We got some experience, and that's all I can really hope for, right? That is all I can really hope for. Now, thankfully, we are going to be getting some additional medicine skill from this, which is really, really nice. Obviously, auto-resolving is usually the way to go when it comes to leveling up your medicine skill. Once you have Doctor's Oath, it's extremely, extremely important to go with that. And as you can see, we're just going to let some people go here. I don't actually know whether we're going to be taking these prisoners, to be honest. As I say, I'm not really a big fan of taking these prisoners because we don't have any kind of converting speed perks at the moment. And that's really going to make a huge difference to our overall ability to do that. It's going to be extremely annoying. Among the loot from your last battle, you discover a vat of fine wine from Ebereth. You know that you could sell it for a considerable sum, but your men just risk their lives and don't seem inclined to pocket silver tomorrow for a drink today. Okay, keep it to sell, telling your men that the money will be spent on keeping them safe, or smash the top off the amphorae and let them drink their fill. Well, yeah, this does not matter. This does not matter in the least. There is very, very little reason to choose either one of these options, but we are going to be increasing morale by 2, and our party becomes disorganized. There we go. I think they have actually fixed the disorganized debuff, because it did not happen before. So now it's happening, which is actually really good. I'm happy to see that, because without that, it felt very... well, let's just say it felt very easy for us to get away from places. Anyway, we're going to be taking Terra here. This is absolutely fantastic. 20% battle morale effect to enemy troops with your two-handed weapon kills. Yeah, that's very, very good. And they actually took Razi way too easy, in my opinion. They took that way too easily. Oh, wow. Ialus is also here. Okay, this is going to be a problem. They are probably going to attempt to take our town. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, you know what? Do you think I can actually beat these guys? I think we probably can, right? I mean, they've got 12... they've got 12 palace infantry. I mean, that could be a potential problem. They also have some vanguard... These guys. Yes, yes, this is a problem. Yeah, they do have a couple of those. They have 9 of those, which is not that bad. We have 95 Britannian Fiat Champions. Are you serious? Okay, that's actually kind of crazy. Okay, do you think we can actually fight these guys? I think it might be possible. I don't know, we only have 109. That doesn't feel particular. You know what? I'm not going to risk it. Oh, we got a really, really nice little encounter going on here. This was absolutely perfect. Basically, we had two vassals that I thought, okay, they're going to probably gang up on us. But instead, we have one of them attempting to attack some looters, and the other one decided to attack us. Very, very weird. But that just goes to show that is exactly what we need. We need these guys to make these kinds of mistakes, especially when it comes to there being 3 vassals in the nearby area. I thought we were going to have to fight every single one of them, but they decided on this weird little thing that they wanted to do here. And we're running into the sun right now, which is very, very bright, I gotta say. So we have to... Oh dear. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem. This would be extremely difficult for us if this was a real situation. Because, I mean, let's face it, we've got primarily archers, and them staring into the sun, that's really not going to be very conducive to very good accuracy, is it? No. So, yeah, might be a bit of a problem, but I think we'll be okay. Hopefully, at least. I'm gonna be a little bit more careful here. I have been waiting around a little bit in our town because I realized that I'd like to check the loyalty. Loyalty's still not doing particularly well, to be honest, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's not going great there. But so far, I guess we just have to give them some time to sort of stabilize things. Nice, good damage. A little bit of good damage at least. And now we can just let our archers do their thing, and they are going to absolutely murder everything in sight. Nice. There we go. And, wow, yeah, actually everything in sight. Whoa. I'm actually super surprised that we're doing so much damage here, but yeah, we are apparently. Nice. That is some good damage right there, and we're getting some really, really nice two-handed and riding skill at the same time. Absolutely perfect. Obviously, our horse archers are coming in from the side there now as well. I actually have no idea. Do we have the highest level of horse archer now, or are we still waiting for that? Because it would be very nice if we had, you know, a bit higher. Okay, these guys really are quite difficult to eliminate, but hopefully our archers will take them down sometime. Are they actually... yeah, I should probably just tell them to charge in at this point. Now they're switching back to their polearms. Is that mine? Yeah, these are mine. Are you serious? Oh, okay, well, never mind. That's absolutely fine. We did get a couple of kills. We've got 5 kills. Not exactly great, but as you can see, we did actually survive thanks to the new damage modifier. Otherwise, I would have died again. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible, isn't it? Okay, so we're just going to continue letting people go. As I said before, that's probably what we're going to try to go for here. We're just going to try and see whether that actually has any kind of large benefit. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, well, then we're going to obviously, you know, try and see if we can do something about that. Yeah, we'll just take absolutely everything here. And we can technically go into a battle with this guy now. Is he going to run away? He does seem to want to run away, but that's absolutely fine. I am going to continue pursuing him. He is not going to escape us. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so let's actually see what we can do here. You know what I really want to do? I really want to get off my mount and actually do some damage to get some athletic skill. That would be absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So, yeah, we're just going to have to stay mounted for the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Hello? Oh, you're actually deciding to do this? This is extremely ill-advised. I'm not sure why they would do that. Wow. Yeah, they literally just got absolutely slaughtered there. Very surprised that they decided to do something like this. Alright, I guess what we're gonna do... Shall we move? Do I need to move? Or can I just stay on the hill? Because staying on the hill would be really, really useful. But no, it seems like the AI is actually staying back now. Which is understandable, you know, all things considered. We did have them dead to rights right there. They were just about to get completely destroyed. Okay, we should probably move our forces forward still. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Oh, wow, I thought I had that guy. Alright, so my archers are going to obviously move in here, and this is going to be pretty simple for... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's some big damage. Big damage coming in from that. And nice. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the kinds of hits that we want to see. Oh, well, maybe not that. How did I get shot? Did I get shot, or was that a spear? Alright, so we did gain some decent renown here. Obviously, I'm really very much looking for something else. I'm not actually looking for renown right now, even though renown is obviously very, very useful, and it is going to allow us to create our very own faction. I'm actually looking for... well, I'm looking basically to get our own faction so that we can then start implementing policies. That is going to be extremely, extremely impactful for us. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that right now. Okay, let's actually do this. Whoa, he's got a lot of high-tier units. No wonder we took so many casualties. Well, actually, it wasn't even that many. It's like 6 or something, so it's not that bad. The question is, do we want to take these? Do we? Yes, I think we will. I think we will take a couple of them. Then we have some of these. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. What is this? Look at this. This is absolutely crazy good armor. Wow, okay. Yeah, legendary stuff is... it's just a cut above the rest, isn't it? You know, it's just really kind of insane to think that a legendary armor piece that is clearly much lower tier than what you're currently wearing is so much better just because of the legendary prefix. It is so amazing. Alright, so we've got someone here that is raiding villages. I will probably attempt to attack. I'm going to go in for the auto-resolve here as well. Just purely because I want to get that. Look at the beautiful medicine skill. Look at that. We got 4 skill points. 4 skill points in medicine skill. Just from auto-resolving 1 battle. I gotta say, it is so extremely nice. The village was saved without your help? Did it say without my help? Are you serious? Well, whatever the case, I should probably get some... well, I should probably get some more throwing skill, all things considered, shouldn't I? I should probably get more throwing skill. I should probably get more engineering skill as well. Let's actually see. I want to level up my two-handed as well. Oh dear. Okay, fine. Let's do the throwing skill first. And let's actually go over to Razikh and see how it's actually doing. Because if they've captured it... Oh, look at this, look at this. There's only 1 person in there. We might be able... Oh, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh yeah, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I'm thinking that we wanna make Nevig into a lord, or maybe Pelisor. Actually, Pelisor would do relatively well. He's got good leadership skill, so I think he'd be relatively decent. The question is, are they going to attack me with a significant enough force to chase me off? Which is probably going to happen. I mean, it's very, very likely for them to do that. Ah, here we go. Yes, we got loads of people. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Ah, I see. Regea wants us to be a vassal. Yes, that's probably not going to happen. And as you can see, the disorganized state is actually coming in there, so that is definitely fixed now. Because beforehand, when I did this, I did not receive any kind of debuff. And there we go. We've got another person coming over here. I'm actually really surprised that these fellows are waiting for one of their larger armies to come over here, because all intents and purposes, they probably would have been able to take us on with just these guys. Look at this. I'm going to go straight on in here. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, yes. As you can see, look at this. They have much stronger forces than we do. But let's just take a quick look at their cavalry. Because their cavalry is going to be the big deal here. Maybe their infantry is also going to be the big deal. No, it doesn't seem like it. They do have quite a few master archers, though. Master archers are definitely going to make a huge difference. Alright, so we got some trade skill here for some reason. Let's go for 30% increased carry capacity. That sounds pretty decent for me. And let's do it. Okay, so now we're going to have to play very, very carefully here. Usually I am someone that just likes to throw caution to the wind because I find that fun. I find it fun to sort of run around and try to get kills in risky situations. This time around, we're obviously going to have to do something a little bit different. We're going to have to be very, very careful here. And you know what? So careful, in fact, that I'm actually going to be moving my forces all the way back here. And we're actually... Oh, really? Oh, this is the edge of the... okay, well. Unfortunate that this is the edge of the battlefield. If it wasn't the edge of the battlefield, what I would have done was gone up there, in amongst the rocks, and that would have really made a huge difference. That would have increased our defensive, prowess or whatever to an insane amount. It literally would have just, it basically won us the victory immediately. That would have really, really helped us out. Okay, well, these guys, they're probably going to charge us, right? Yeah, they are. Okay, yes. Okay, so let's get my archers over here. I basically have no other kinds of units, so it's basically kind of a bit pointless for me to move them around and stuff, but we might as well. And I'm going to tell my forces to hold fire for this point. And now fire at will. There we go. Now fire at will. And we should have some really, really massive kill streaks coming in just a moment. I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to cause a massive amount of morale decrease. Alright, we're going to tell our forces to charge in right now because obviously our Botanian Fiend champions, they're actually really, really good in melee combat. They are very good in melee combat in actual fact because they do have that two-handed sword, which in my opinion is probably one of the best swords that archers can have, just purely because it provides them with so much extra offensive power in a melee situation. And you can see here we're actually almost at 250 in riding skill as well. And do you see the enormous amount of damage we were able to do in this particular battle was thanks to just purely our archers. Our archers completely destroyed the opponent in every single way. And you can see here that their morale is basically done. Very, very little that they can do about this. And so we are pretty much victorious, as you can see. Not a problem. 44 renown. I guess that just goes to show that's the reason why they were being a little bit careful about what they wanted to do with us. Because, as I said, why were they not going in against us? Well, this was the reason, of course. This was the reason. Okay, so we're just going to spend a horse here. And we're just going to move on. I kind of wish we had the... oh, nice. A new helmet. Very good. Kind of wish we had the prisoner converting thing. That would have really made a huge difference to us right now. You know, made sure that we had constant units coming in. And that actually might be something that I will do for the future. It may very well be the thing that I'll be like, oh yes, actually, you know what? I think that would actually be super, super good. And I might decide to do that in the future with our character builds. You know, try to get those prisoner converting perks earlier on so that we can actually make things happen a bit quicker. But yeah, obviously we're having a bit of a problem right now because we're in a situation where I can't really do too much. I just have to try to earn as much renown as possible. As you can see, we're actually pretty close to 900, which is exactly what we need to be able to proclaim our kingdom. And, well, obviously we do have that offer from Regea. So if this army over here, I mean, they're going to come over, aren't they? They are going to come over. Oh no, they're actually wanting to take this castle right here, which does make sense. Okay, you know what? I'm going to sneak around them. I'm going to be extremely audacious here now. Okay, I'm going to wait for them to besiege that. Okay, we're going to wait for them to besiege that, and then we're going to be... Are they? Yep, there we go. Okay, they're going in. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in here now. And if they stop the siege over there, I will stop the siege here, and then we will move on. Because we do not want to deal with that. Oh, what's this? After observing the terrain around Razzie, you think conditions might be appropriate for mining. Digging a tunnel under a wall, then collapsing it. This can open a breach, but is time-consuming and risky. If you encounter rock underground, you may find all your efforts go to waste. If the ground is too soft, the tunnel may collapse and bury your men. Most troops are reluctant to spend time in dark, confined tunnels unless they are paid extra or forced. Okay, so we can do this. Double the pay of any troops willing to dig the mine and tunnel carefully. This is actually what would be extremely extremely cool in a real situation where we'd actually have the ability to do the tunnels, you know, like in actual gameplay. I think that would be really, really fun. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so we've got some really, really cool things going on here, actually. Okay, I'm going to say it right now. I think that these options are fun. These are very, very fun. You can see here, look at this. Double the pay of any troops willing to dig the mine and tunnel carefully or tunnel quickly. Okay, so we're going to probably do the top option. 60% chance of breaching one siege wall, which is amazing, by the way. I mean, a 60% chance is obviously not a very high chance. I mean, it's okay. But breaching one siege wall for just this is very, very nice. We do have a 40% chance of decreasing siege progress by 20%, which is obviously pretty terrible. Yeah, but I don't really want to lose. I don't really want to lose troops. We would lose 10 of our troops. 40% chance to lose 10 of our troops. I do not want that. So we are going to choose double the pay of any troops. 500 gold. We're going to have this. Let's see what happens. Boom. I think it actually worked. Yes, it did. Look at this. Literally, look. We breached the wall. We breached the wall that fast. That was amazing. That was extremely, extremely cool. I love that. Okay, so those are the kinds of random events I'm talking about. I would love to see more of this. Actual events that have a big impact on what you're about to do, on any action that you're about to take. Not this really annoying little finicky thing where it just goes, yes, I will give you 5 morale. I will give you 2 morale. I will give you 2 renown. No, none of that stuff, thank you very much. I would love to see more of this crazy cool stuff where it actually has a big impact on the gameplay that is about to befall us. And you can see here, unfortunately for me, it does look as though they have stopped the siege. Yes, they have stopped the siege at Tamna Castle, which is very bad, because that means the army is going to come back here, I assume. And if it does come back here, do we go straight in? That's the question. Do we go straight in? Do we risk it? They're right here. Let me see what they actually have. They have 16 Master Archers. They have 11 Heavy Cavalry. They have 17 Veteran Infantry, which is obviously a bit of a problem. They have 11 Heavy Cavalry. Yeah, that's a problem. You know what? Fortune favors the bold. Let's do this. Let's go straight on in. This is going to be a big problem if I die, by the way. If I die here, this is going to be very bad, and I will be very, very, I will not be pleased. Let's just say that. I will not be pleased. Okay, so, charge them all. We are going to be telling them to, we're going to be telling them to fire. Actually, you know what? Let's not tell them to fire, because they're going to get killed by all the, by all these guys, aren't they? Let's tell them to go into a loose formation at the very least. This is the wall that's been breached. I'm going to be going up here. I'm going to be using my one-handed. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to have to tell our forces to charge in. And we're going to actually have to tell them to hold fire. I know. I don't really want to tell them to hold fire here, but this is kind of the only option we really have. I might have to retreat, which is going to be a problem in itself. Ooh, all right. I think we're gonna have to get out of here. I think we're gonna have to get out of here. It's a little bit too costly for my liking. As you can see right here, we are losing a lot of people right now. This is not gonna work, unfortunately. It would have been amazing if we could have done this. I think we would have been able to if the garrison wasn't there. If the garrison wasn't there, it would have been extremely simple for us to do this. I'm gonna have to retreat up into the hills over here and try to make sure that we don't get pounced on by someone else. But yeah, that... Ooh, I tried it, though. I tried it. I kind of thought it wasn't really going to work, but I was very much hoping it would. Oh, well, never mind, never mind. Okay, let's actually see what we can go for here. None of this is actually going to be that useful for me. Good day's rest or walk it off. Generally, I think walk it off is probably going to be a little bit more useful for me at the moment. And then we could go for, yeah, veterinarian is usually what I like to do. That provides us with a lot more horses and indeed a lot more cash. As I said to you beforehand, veterinarian is extremely powerful in that regard. All right, so yeah, as I said, if we could have starved out the garrison, we would have been able to take that with very minimal problems. But obviously the army, you know, as we said, you know, they decided to basically stop what they were doing at Tamna Castle, and they decided to come over, you know, and I mean, this is to be expected, I guess, you know, it is to be expected that they're going to do that every so often, which is obviously not very good for us, but, you know, it's how it goes. And how are we doing? 825, 827 actually. We have 827. We're almost at the next clan tier. I just need to, you know what? I'm just gonna fight the. Never mind. I was gonna be like, oh yeah, let me fight this caravan. No, apparently these caravans are way too fast for me. Oh, now what do we have here? Okay, so obviously, as you could quite clearly tell, I've actually returned to the siege, and now this is amazing. Look at what has just look at what's just happened here. Look at this. So basically what we can do, I'm gonna just read it first so you can get an idea as to what's happening. In hot climes, often the most vulnerable part of a fortress is its water supply. Most depend on wells, but those can run dry. After days spent in front of Razich, you have caught glimpses of the defenders slipping into the hills. You explore where they've gone, and eventually you come across a rudimentary cistern. You suspect that they must be refreshing their water here. Alright, so this basically means what you can do is you could poison this cistern. Some women and children of Razich may well perish along with the defenders, but such is war. We can decide to do that if we want to. Or, the best blows are struck not to the body but to the spirit. Let the defenders know you found it by diverting it to a pool where your men can bathe on the hottest, thirstiest days of the siege. Or, you respect the defenders' cunning. Simply observe how they slip out of the fortress by ropes or hidden gates, but learn from it, and we could get plus 100 experience in engineering. Okay, so apart from the fact that I think that 100 experience is basically nothing, I think that this should be 1,000. If anything, I think this should be 1,000 experience, in my opinion. This would really make a huge difference, unless, obviously, if you think about learning rate. It depends if this experience is taking into account the learning rate that you currently have with your character. Because if that's the case, then you may get 10 times the amount of experience because you have like a 10 times learning rate or a 9 times learning rate or something like that, in which case then you would be getting 900 to 1,000 experience, which is obviously fine. You know, that's very nice. But if it's not that, then 100 experience is nothing. Anyway, point is, we can poison it, 10% of the garrison perishes. If it's 10% of these guys, that literally means that there's only going to be 21 taken away, which is really not that much. That's really not that much at all. And I don't really see the point in that. I think increasing siege progress could probably be the way to go here. Increasing siege progress by 10%. I think that might be kind of fun to see how that goes. Increase siege progress. Let's try it. Boom, look at that. And the bar just increased. It just jumped ahead dramatically right there. Yeah, so pretty much what I did was I literally just went over to our town and then I came back here because I was like, okay, is the army actually going to come over to try and retaliate? And no, apparently that is not the case. They are not looking to retaliate in any way for some reason. I don't actually know why that is. But all I know is that I have a huge amount of food, and they also kind of do, so I have to wait quite some time. Alright, so it looks as though we won't be able to continue that siege either. As you can see, there's literally a party of almost 2,000 coming over to us right there. And of course we do have a person from the Brotherhood here who I will attack. And we will do a little bit of damage. There we go, nice little auto-resolve there. Nothing really to write home about, of course. And, yeah. I mean, I have been converting some prisoners now. Finally been able to do that, which is really, really nice. And indeed, we are getting some really, really nice people here. So we can maybe start to diversify ourselves a little bit more. Did I just get some good armor, by the way? That's Southern Reinforced Armor? No, that's not particularly good. I mean, it's good from a value perspective. Oh, now this is going to be fun. Alright, I love this. This is the kind of battlefield I really, really enjoy. I think that might be the reason why I actually start characters in Azerai territory much more often than I start characters pretty much anywhere else. It's actually kind of weird. I don't know why that is, but it's just because these battlefields are amazing. And there's so much, in my opinion, more fun to fight on than the sort of like regular fields where, you know, there's grass and trees and all that stuff. I think it might be because there are very few trees here. Maybe because they are my mortal nemesis almost all the time. They are, yeah. They're actually making things very difficult for me because they tend to be in the way and I run into them and crash into them and so on and so forth, yes. All that wonderful stuff. Okay, so it looks as though my forces will have to actually move over there because the enemy is actually being remarkably passive. Very, very passive right now. And let's actually see. They're still moving backwards. Interesting. Okay. I was certainly not expecting that. I thought we were going to have at least a little bit of aggression from them, but no, it doesn't seem like that right now. Okay, let's try and get a couple of kills with my thrown weapons. Yeah. No, that's not going to happen, is it? No, that is not going to happen. No, as you can see right here, I'm just literally getting absolutely murdered across the board. Oh, that's a nice hit. Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, hello. All right. Actually getting some kills, or some hits at the very least, because I'm apparently no good at that anymore, somehow. Don't know what happened, but yes. We seem to actually be doing okay now, because our forces have finally gotten into range, and maybe I can... Oh, nice! Look at that! That's what I'm talking about. There we go! Yes, give me those skill points. That's what I like to see. Okay, unfortunate for me... Well... Even with the damage modifier a little bit lower, it still apparently it doesn't make any difference. I just got shot for massive damage. That was incredible damage, actually. Well, whatever the case, my forces should have a pretty easy time of things here. My archers are actually shooting, thankfully. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, we are going to lose a handful of troops here, but that's okay. We don't have to really worry about that, because we are going to be getting a significant amount of renown. And that's kind of what we're going for here. Obviously, we do want to try to earn influence eventually, but we can't earn that yet until our kingdom has been created. And so, another 19 renown for us there. Okay, that's actually okay. I'm kind of hoping for a bit more. Can we get more than that? Is it possible for us to get more than that? Ooh. Yeah, we're actually getting some really, really nice pieces of gear here. Unfortunately, they are not that good for us. Are they good for our forces? Yes. Slightly better. Slightly better. Is that slightly better? No, it's basically the same exact thing. This is better, I think. Yeah, this is better. There we go. And then we have this. Very nice. Oh, actually, that's better. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's looking great. And then obviously we have Brynja here. Technically, this would be better for her, I suppose. This is better. Better. There we go. Yes, nice upgrades across the board for us right there. Very, very good. Okay, so let's take absolutely everything that we can. And this is where I currently am right now. I went really, really deep into Azerai territory because I wanted to try and find as many vassals as possible. Unfortunately, she's moving way too fast for us. We are now hurting a little bit as well, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Let's actually get rid of a couple of these. Yeah, capacity's also been exceeded because I am having way too much grain, of course. Way too much grain. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so, yeah. Now, you can see here, these armies are literally running around all over the place right now. And the only thing that I'm trying to do right here is I'm just trying to waste their time. I'm trying to waste their time. I'm trying to get their cohesion to drop to 0. Those are the things that we really want to have happen here. Is this guy really that much faster than I am? How is he so much faster? Is it because of the prisoners that I have? Yeah, probably. Okay, I should probably get out of here and go back to our town and see what I can do about offloading some prisoners. As you can see, we are literally almost there. We will make it in the next episode by the looks of things. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.